Okay, I am going to refurbish this couch. It's pretty bad, but you can't deny that woodwork though. Beautiful. Anyways, it will be my second time ever refurbishing furniture. The first time was the chair that goes with this. This is where I put in a picture of the old chair. But now that I've refurbished it, it looks like this. Yeah, definitely living out my vampire library dreams. It's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna try to buy as much as I can secondhand. It's really bad. Let me give you some close-ups that it's really bad. So the cushions are pretty messed, right? I mean, it's like literally no cushions. We were just putting like a blanket on top and then just like to the back. He just rips that up. So yeah, gonna redo this. It's gonna be fun. Let's go. Okay, so first thing, I'm gonna redo this bottom part with my staple gun. I know it's not professional, but let's just see what happens. Okay, so first I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna start taking off the fabric on the bottom just because we want to get that base done. Before we take off the back of the couch, I have to take off the back of the couch because I have to take the buttons off the front before I can take it off, because I want to keep those because I'm going to rebutton it. Yeah. Okay, so there's usually order to this. Get that to it in a second. But I kind of have to just remember how each panel is put on. So the first panel put on was the seat, and then I wanted to take the seated back off next, but I had to take off the buttons, and so I had to take the behind panels out, so I'm able to like pull out the buttons. Boom, like backs to them, you pull through. Definitely keep them. Once I pull out all the buttons, I'm able to take the back of the couch off, not behind, but like literally the cushion that you lay your back on. Finish that, flip the camera around, and we will continue. Camera died, but I took off all of the padding and the fabric front and back. My hands hurt, my back hurt afterwards. So the next step I'm gonna do is to get this seating done. I'm gonna leave the burlap and then get stronger fabric on the bottom before I add the foam. I bought all of the foam for it. It's so expensive. It's some of the few things that I could not buy secondhand. I did the chair secondhand with the foam, but honestly, I took all of their foam from last time. So 1 inch is like $15 a yard, and then 4 inches like thickness that I want for the back of the couch is like $25 a yard, and then for the 5 inches for the cushions is like 30 a yard. So I need a little more than 2 yards, so I bought 3, so it turned out to be like 300 bucks. It was really bad. I'm gonna turn some of the foam that I don't use, because I'm gonna try to just like cut off pieces and like try to fit them in to be as efficient as possible, because I do not like spending money. Next step, let's put the fabric on, and then we're gonna cut the foam. So let's go do that. Before we sew these, let's take out all the weird stabbers around where I'm stapling. This much over 2 yards, so I'm gonna see if I have extra foam or if I can just wing it, you know. I'm starting on the white fabric that goes in the back, that like goes over the burlap. And then I'm gonna cut the foam after. Okay, so I need to cut this foam. I don't have an electric scissor or like saw thing where you can just cut it. I need to make the holes wider for the buttons. I need to sew the piece that goes here because I don't have a big enough piece where the pattern like is right side up. Do you know what I'm saying? So I need to sew that, and then I'll start stapling on the fabric. And then I'll be mostly done, and then it's just the cushions afterwards. This shit's hard, bro. Also, quick tip, I'm putting the ones in the middle a little higher up and the ones on the very bottom on the edge a little higher up, just to give it more of like a lifted look as I put in the buttons. Because if you're reposting your own couch, it's a little tidbit from an amateur. Alright, so let's sew these guys together. Okay, so I just want to point out some detail professionalism work, okay? So if you have a big piece like this that you don't have enough fabric to cover the whole thing, and you have to sew two pieces together, obviously sew it right in the, I would say sew it right in the middle just because it looks sleek, but also if you're able to, sew it so the pattern matches up, you know? It just makes it look nicer, and sometimes you can't even notice it. I mean, mine's a little bit off, but who cares? It looks good. So this next side, there's this large piece and then this small piece. These are gonna be two different fabric pieces. I'm gonna staple that on, just staple it right into the wood for this piece. And then for the smaller part, you wanna open it up, staple it on this side, and then close it, and then finish that stapling part just so you don't see the staples and it's a cleaner finish. That's what I'm figuring out right now. Okay, so let's go. Welcome to my painting studio, guys, where we're gonna have a little bit of fun because the secret to the buttons is just to paint them. So I'm just using this freaking gold paint that I found. Yeah, and we're just gonna paint them. And that's how we're gonna do. If you don't trust me, go look at the chair in the beginning. Just rewind to get a closer look. So hopefully I can find the holes that I made in the foam, but basically you just stab it through and then attach the backing and then fold it out. So it like stabs in. Fold it out. Pretty simple, but really I just hope I find the holes that I made. Alright, here we go. guess I didn't need to make holes in the foam because I can just go right through. I kind of messed up the buttons, but it's whatever. When people come over, they don't notice. It's been a minute. Let's recap. So I finished the stapling of the back, and now I'm got the foam all cut out for the bottom. So this is gonna be the seating, the cushions. I decided just to do one large cushion. It'll be a little easier, and before it had 3 separate cushions and they all just slid around everywhere, which was kind of annoying, but I'm making it one cushion so it doesn't do that. And so I am going to cut out the fabric. I'm doing, since it's like a green foam, it doesn't really, it kind of comes off just because I saw the edges. So I'm gonna make a cover for that just so it stays compact, and then that's gonna be a Frankenstein little cushion because white fabric doesn't come that big as much in the thrift shop I'm getting the fabric from. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do the red cover over that. It's a little wonky because we have the curved edge here, and then it's like 4 inches thick. So I'm going to have to do like an extra line trim all the way around the edges, but we just got back from vacation. I'm a little tired and I wanted to finish this before we left, but I'm here now and I want to get this couch done, so let's go. Cushion is done, and when I got the fabric from the thrift store, I was lucky enough to get this really long piece, so that's gonna make my life much easier, but it doesn't quite fit all the way underneath, so I'm gonna cut another piece to go on the bottom, and then I'm gonna cut some 5-inch pieces to go along the edge. So let's pin those and get started. Finish the front part here. This one corner gave me a lot of trouble. Very annoying to do corners, but it looks fine. I need to cut out 162 inches of 3-inch width for the back because I don't have a long enough zipper. I don't even want to try to do that. I'm going to do buttons, and I'm going to just do like 3 inches, and like have them overlap and do some buttons on the back side of the couch, so I have some extra fabric. Hopefully I have enough. If I don't, that's okay, because you won't be able to see it much, but I'm a little bit losing steam just because it looks nice already, and you can sit on it and it's fine. and it looks done, but it just isn't. So let's get all of those inches cut. Okay, now we gotta do buttons. So I sewed these flaps on the back to attach some buttons and just like sew it on. But I sewed it the wrong way. It's supposed to go the other way. If you sew something wrong, don't be afraid to undo it. Especially if it's a big stitch that is obvious to anyone who sits down. We want to make it, well, I want to make this look as professional as possible because I can't hire a professional. And I know I can make it look better. So don't be afraid to undo and correct your mistakes. Also in life. So Inez's sage wisdom. Final-ish step is to do a little bit of gold accent on the wood, and that will be fun. So as the final touch of the couch, I've put the buttons on. I still have to do the back, but I'm not worrying about that until I move, which is to put the trimming along the edges just to cover up staples. And I'm using this like paper cement, whatever. I'm gonna put that on and then I'll have the final reveal and it'll be good. Okay, so I've had a lot of coincidences from this couch, like how the top piece fit perfectly on it, and how like I had enough of the same fabric to wrap all of the cushions together. Like I was debating on like not doing the same fabric underneath the cushions because you'll never see it. But another thing, like since I'm shopping at a thrift craft store, I don't know how much of this like edging I was getting. Didn't measure how much I needed. The lady behind us as we're checking out was like, I've refurbished many couches, this is not gonna be enough, and yet I have like 6 inches to spare. So suck on that, lady.